Imagine walking into a shoe store to buy new shoes, and the clerk says, "Put your foot in this box and you'll see your own bones." No, this isn't a joke, and it's not a scene from a horror movie. Today we're going through 10 objects and habits that used to be completely normal everyday life. Things nobody back then even questioned, and then they just vanished completely, as if nobody ever noticed anything strange about them. Some of these are funny, some are pretty disturbing. One of them explains a phrase you probably say every single night without knowing where it comes from. All of it is completely true. Let's start with number 10. Number 10. The shoe store X-ray machine. In the early 1900s, shoe stores had their own machine that you put your foot into, and it let you look straight through your skin and see your own foot bones glowing green. No lead glass, no protective apron, nothing at all. Clerks stood next to the machine all day, every single day, year after year. Their radiation dose multiplied by hundreds of customers a week. Kids got to look at their own bones just for fun, over and over again, because it was entertaining. Kind of like a free arcade machine, except the prize was radiation. Nobody back then stopped to think whether it was worth taking on, just for fun, once a week, in hopes of new shoes. Some stores even advertised the machine as a special perk, like free coffee or a candy bowl at the counter. The machine eventually disappeared from stores, not because someone noticed it was dangerous, but because regulators finally forced them out after decades of use. Number 9. The Radium Girls. In the 1920s, factories painted clock faces with glow-in-the-dark paint so the clock would be visible in the dark without a lamp. The paint contained radium, a genuinely radioactive substance, sitting right there in an ordinary factory floor. The tip of the paintbrush had to stay sharp for the tiny numbers, so the workers, usually young women, put the brush in their mouths and licked it to a point. Over and over, hundreds of times a day, for the whole shift. They glowed in the dark on the bus ride home and thought it was a fun party trick. Some even painted their teeth or nails with it in the evening to entertain friends. Nobody told them what the substance was actually doing to their jawbones and their blood over the years. The company already knew it was dangerous, but the engineers on staff used lead shielding and tweezers, while the painters were handed nothing but their own mouths. Number 8. Fire insurance marks. Before public fire departments existed, a homeowner bought fire insurance from a private company, which gave the house its own metal plaque as proof of payment. When a house caught fire, several private fire brigades could show up at once, and the very first thing they did was check the wall for their own company's mark. If it wasn't there, they might genuinely just stand on the street and watch the house burn to the ground right next to them. Sometimes a rival brigade would even show up purely to make sure it didn't accidentally put out a fire that belonged to someone else's paying customer. Neighborly help meant absolutely nothing here if your wallet wasn't in order. In some cases, the wrong brigade even got into a fist fight with the right one in the middle of putting out the fire because both wanted to bill the same homeowner. Number 7. The penny lick. Street vendors sold ice cream in small servings from tiny glass cups known as penny licks because they cost a single penny. You ate your ice cream straight out of the glass, handed it back to the vendor, and he wiped it quickly with his sleeve or a dirty rag before the next customer drank from the exact same glass. No soap, no hot water, nothing close to hygiene. The same glass literally passed through hundreds of customers a day across the whole city. Eventually, disease outbreaks and fear of cholera forced cities to ban the whole system outright, and something much smarter was invented to replace it: the ice cream cone, which you ate completely and never had to hand back to anyone. Number 6. The party line telephone. Many households didn't have their own phone line at all. The same physical line was shared between several neighbors on the same street. You knew a call was for you by a specific ring pattern, say 2 short rings and 1 long one, meant just for your house. But because the line was fully shared, any neighbor could quietly pick up their own receiver and listen in on your call just for fun, for the entire conversation. It was so common there was a specific word for it: rubbering. Village gossip traveled faster down that shared phone line than any newspaper or any social media ever could. If enough neighbors picked up their receivers at once, the whole line could go noticeably quiet, and the person talking would instantly realize the entire village was listening in right now. Number 5. The secret folded corner of a calling card. In the 1800s, high society left calling cards at each other's doors when visiting, and folding a specific corner of the card carried its own precise, widely understood meaning. A folded top left corner meant congratulations, a folded top right corner meant condolences, and folding the whole card in half down the middle meant you came in person yourself instead of sending a servant to handle it for you. An entire neighborhood's social pecking order and gossip literally revolved around who folded their card which way, and yet nobody ever said any of it out loud because everyone simply knew the rules. Number 4. The bed key. Before spring mattresses, a bed's base was often a rope frame woven into a lattice, which slowly loosened with use every single night. To stop the bed from sagging down to the floor by the middle of the night, there was a dedicated tool for it, a wooden or metal crank called a bed key, used to regularly retighten the ropes. If you forgot to tighten the ropes in time, the whole family woke up in the middle of the night sunk into a drooping net like a slow-motion hammock. This is exactly where the phrase you probably say every single night without knowing its origin comes from. Sleep tight, meaning sleep with the ropes pulled tight. Number 3. The shared public drinking cup. Trains, schools, and public water fountains very often had a single metal or wooden cup hanging on a chain attached right to the water point. Every passenger and every school kid drank their water from that exact same cup, one after another, all day long, all week long. Almost nobody ever washed it in between. In the early 1900s, disease researchers discovered with horror that this one shared cup spread diphtheria and other illnesses more effectively than almost any other everyday object in society. And yet it hung there as a completely normal sight for decades before anyone actually did anything about it. Number 2. The coal chute. Before district heating and electric heating, nearly every home was heated with coal, and coal was delivered straight to the front door by heavy truck once a week or once a month. The outside wall of the house had its own metal chute built in specifically for this, running straight down into the basement, and the coal delivery man poured the entire load down the chute directly into the basement corner, usually filling the whole room, and half the neighborhood, with black dust in the process. The family then had to shovel that coal by hand into the furnace every single day, all winter long, and the entire house, including the clothes and curtains, smelled permanently of coal dust, year after year, without a break. Number 1. Mercury as a toy. Broken glass thermometers spilled out small, silvery, oddly beautiful droplets of mercury, and kids eagerly scooped them up with their bare hands to play with them on the floor. The droplets were rolled between fingers, merged into one bigger ball, and watched with fascination as it moved across your palm like living silver. Parents didn't stop the game at all, simply because, at the time, nobody knew the substance was toxic. It was a completely normal, even popular game in plenty of households, right up until doctors finally asked out loud why so many kids in the exact same neighborhoods were getting mysteriously sick at the same time. 10 things that used to be completely normal, everyday life, and then they vanished entirely, without anyone even noticing exactly when it happened or who decided to end it. Which one of these 10 surprised you the most? And would you have actually dared to try the shoe store X-ray machine yourself? Tell us in the comments, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more things that used to be perfectly normal before they disappeared completely.